Question, I was wondering, what do you make of your security detail arresting David Menzies?
So,
Hey everybody, Marcel Irnieracing YouTube channel. The news of the day. Everybody remember the goon, the RCMP security detail for Chrystia Freeland, who attacked David Menzies, a reporter who has the right to freedom of press to ask these politicians paid for by the citizen taxpayers of Canada, ask them some questions.
It's not a terrorist group. Why is your government supporting Islamo-nationalism? What? What are you doing?
You're under arrest for assault.
Why
are you pushing me? You're under arrest for assault.
Who are you?
You're under arrest.
Chrystia Freeland was at an event and she was paid to be there by Canadian taxpayers. The politicians are supposed to serve the citizens, which means they have to answer to the citizens. Now, we all know this is common sense. But anyways, the RCMP, who has been used as an attack dog for the Liberal NDP coalition, Trudeau's attack dog, has become the RCMP, and the Crown, the judges, the Crown, prosecutors are his attack dog in court, and the RCMP ones are the attack kitties that grab them and take him to court. So who is the security goon? He has been unnamed up until now, and some citizen journalists have found him, guys. There is a picture to help you remember. There he is. The bald Constable Greg Dumouchel. I can't even pronounce his name. Let's take a look at it. That is the RCMP attack dog security detail for Chrystia Freeland, a fantastic representative of the RCMP. Don't you think? Falsely arresting journalists. And then, of course, the Crown attack dog did not follow through with this guy and let them go without any charge. But we've all seen the Crown do terrible charges. And just get right back to Colona with David Menzies. Similar, he was an organizer of the protest in Colona, a weekly protest that the city could not have or lose their funding from the British, from the BC government. The BC government told Colona, you guys got to stop those protests. They are making big headlines around the country. We do not want them to continue. We will cut your funding for this, this, and this if you don't put your heavy hand down and stop it. So guess what? They did everything. They tried to say the protests are illegal, that we don't have a permit.
a loud protest in front of Colona City Hall Tuesday afternoon, as demonstrators gathered to deliver a message to city officials.
Back off and leave our rallies alone.
The freedom rallies began at the start of the pandemic to protest lockdowns and vaccine mandates. They're only held once a month now, but the city is taking court action requiring a permit to hold the protests in public spaces like parks, something organizer David Menzies says is against people's constitutional rights.
They left us alone for the first 17 months. They said, you have a right to be there, we're not doing anything. And then suddenly the province got involved and the province started pressuring the city. And then they started issuing tickets to me every week. So they've issued over 200 tickets and $50,000 in fines.
Menzies says it's clear bias because the protests are against government policies.
Everybody else that has protests downtown, the people, the Iranians that were here, Black Lives Matter, all these other groups had protests down here with sound amplification equipment too. None of them have been given tickets except me.
And of course they arrested David Menzies, and then in court, the judge, this female judge, declared that he was charged with 2 counts of assault for being blocked entry into a public building in the Interior Health in Colona.
Well, gentleman here and this gentleman here all support us.
Well, you know what? I disagree. So
Assault. That is assault. It's assault.
But he has to be able to go through. He has to be able to go through.
you know what? I disagree. So
That is assault. It's assault.
But he has to be able to go through.
Anyways, off-chamber rant. And we all know Constable who also overstepped his bounds and overstepped his legal obligations and his ability of the Constitution to harass me, Constable Conrad Erbs, on the night of January 29th, the beginning of the Freedom Convoy. Okay, so what can I do for you?
Okay, do you have your ID is what I've asked you for.
I don't need to give you ID.
Okay, then I'll be towing your car.
What's your name?
My name?
What's
will
your
be
badge
available
number?
To you when you provide me
What's
your
your
ID
name
on
and
the
badge
sidewalk.
number?
My name's available to you out here.
What's your name and badge number?
Did you not hear what I just said to you?
I said, I'm asking you the question.
Okay,
What's
that's
your
fine.
name and badge number, please?
Okay, you failed to comply with me, so I'm failing to comply with you until you meet me out here.
What is your name, sir? You're going to be on YouTube if you keep this
That's
up.
fine. I like YouTube.
All right, why don't you show me your face and be
I've
human?
got more fans than you do. So
What's
I'm
the
responding
complaint?
to a
What's the complaint?
It's available for you.
What is the
We're going in
complaint?
circles.
What's the complaint?
But we've already explained this.
No, I don't know what the complaint is. I don't know why you knocked on my door.
You're parked here. You're unwelcome here.
Unwelcome?
Correct.
Were you discriminating against me? I don't understand. How am I not welcome here? I live in Colona.
Sir. We're trying to have dialogue.
But today's subject is Greg. Here you have it, Greg. RCMP Constable Greg Dumouchel checks his cell phone for settings. And this is an RCMP, probably, you know, how they advertise with their blah, 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 stars and stripes as per se. And there he is, Constable Greg, guys. How do you pronounce that? Dumouchel. What background is that? Dumouchel. Greg Constable Dumouchel. So anyways, we got to oust these criminals, these RCMP gang guys. We do not let them be unaccounted for. There is no reason a public citizen, a public worker that works for the citizen should have his name be stricken from the record. They work for us. The accountability and the transparency must be 100%. If you are working for the citizens, you must tell us who you are. And so when he is undercover, not wearing a badge, he must say his name or badge number. Or he must have his name on his chest. It must visibly be, his name or badge number must be visible, guys. Unfortunately, they don't have to do both. As the RCMP Act says they don't have to do both. The RCMP Act says they have to have their name on the chest, and if they don't have their name on their lapel, then they have to give you a verbal information. So there you go, guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and share this bully. Share him out and about. And as the post says, the security goon that arrested David Menzies for no real reason has been identified, and a bunch of RCMP across Canada are pissed that they are being painted in a very bad light due to it all. As they should. And they should have been the ones ousting this guy. They should have been the ones going up and hanging him in the group and be like, what the hell are you doing? You knew you were on camera. And so the picture is from a Southern Alberta lecturing school, students on cyberbullying. But real life bullying is good for this Greg RCMP piece of crap. We'll read a few comments before we go. Apparently doctor's making some food in there. Oh, I'm sure there are reasons for it, just none of them are legitimate or legal. Oh yeah, there were reasons. Everybody involved knew exactly who was approaching with the mic in hand. Menzies even had his white hat on that day. Yes, they knew the journalist. They knew, everybody knows who he is. I used to have the utmost respect for the RCMP about 20 years ago. It has been circling the drain ever since. It appears that you need to be better train your officers on the application of the law and add in some enhanced scenario training while you're at it. While you're at it, have a look at your psychological profiles for new members. You have let me and my family down over the years with your laziness, incompetence, or simply a lack of honor and integrity. Final straw for me was when my wife was run down on her bike on the Aviation Parkway in Ottawa. In short, Corporal Do Nothing just shrugged his shoulders, hands buried up in his wrists and his pockets, despite the driver admitting negligence and witness statements to confirm pathetic policing. So in summation of the few retired Mounties I know, they were good men and women. Not seeing this now. Maybe we should hang on to our long guns, as you people don't seem to give a shit. Do better. And that's a good point, because I was personally contacted by a retired sergeant in Alberta, in Calgary, and he helped me about what I should do about Constable Conrad Erbs. So he is disgusted by what Erbs did, and he was giving me an insight about what I should do and how I should contact the CRCC for the complaint, and you know how I could approach it, and just helping out, because a lot of the retired RCMP or retired police of any sort, they're just outraged by what's going on today. And this might, here we go. As a now 2 years retired RCMP from Brett Turner, I wholeheartedly agree with everything you wrote. I left early, 22 years, because I saw this decline every day. Many of my excellent colleagues who were proud to serve fair and ethical have also left. Another one. Unfortunately, they have had no leadership at the top for years. Amounts to a rudderless ship. Brenda Leckie is an absolute disgrace to the position, the profession, and the Canadian people. Nothing happened to her for all the wrongdoings, and she gets to keep her pension. Anyways, guys, Marcel reporting live in Arizona. I'm just south of Lake Havasu, luckily where the RCMP goons cannot get near me. And there's the white whale, and there's Dr. Tina. She got some food prepped. Oh yeah, a salad maybe. All right, and make sure you guys, this channel is primarily news, the Marcel Irnie channel, the new channel for all the boondocking, the adventures with Tina, the dirt biking, the one-wheeling, the RV lifestyle, the whatever, you know, everything outdoors enthusiast is on the new channel called Irnieracing Outdoors, which still has the old IrnieracingNews handle because that has been shared so widely. Eventually I'll change the handle to Irnieracing Outdoors. Just search Irnieracing Outdoors, it will pop up in the feed. Now I hope it should be, as it's not being banned as bad.
If you camp here overnight, it's a bylaw offense.
Okay, yeah, I know. So I know I'm allowed to be here, and I know I'm not allowed to camp here overnight, right? So, like, is there something else going on here? Like, why is he harassing me? Why are you... Officer, you better tell me your name. Why are you harassing me, and what is your name?
I have a lawful authority to request identification. You have failed.
No, you don't. You need probable cause to ask for identification. I'm not driving the vehicle.
That's not true at all. So what you need to understand...
Oh my God, you don't know shit, dude.
Okay.
What's the complaint? What's the complaint?
It's available for you.
What is the complaint? What's the complaint?
But we've already explained that.
All right. I don't want to see that guy. I'm waiting on the watch commander. This is insane. Mr. Tow Truck Driver, I was just parked here for the rally and I'm being harassed because of that. Do you have a conscience about this? You cannot tow a vehicle with me in it. You know that. That is illegal. You are on film as well. I'm recording.
Point, I'm not actually towing you.
Oh, okay.
All I'm doing is hooking you up. And you did not ask my permission to be filmed.
It's a public space, I'm allowed to, but I'm doing it for my own protection because I'm being harassed by this Officer Erbs.
That's your problem.
I'm being harassed by this guy, and I'm still waiting for the watch commander, mister.
I'm not sure if he's coming or not. What I can inform you, though, sir, is that based on everything here, we need to ensure that you're going to be safe and the tow is going to be safe, and we don't want to render damage to your vehicle. So what we need is the keys to the vehicle because it's a